Hey guys, Michael here, co-founder of Studicata. Today we have a question. How do you handle distractions and stay focused during preparation for the bar exam? This question actually highlights one of the major difficulties of test preparation in general. Whether you're studying for the SAT, the LSAT, the GMAT, the GRE, or the bar exam, whatever it is, you commonly hear this thought process pop up. How do I get off social media? How do I remove this distraction? Or how do I stay focused? And what's interesting about this line of reasoning is you don't usually think about these things when it comes to your employment, right? If an employer has assigned you a task, you usually get that done without having to worry about staying focused or deal with distractions, because if you don't get this task done, you could be fired, right? Imagine that you work for a big law firm and your partner at that firm has assigned you a really important task. Maybe that's drafting a motion or a client letter or a brief, something important, and gives you a specific due date. This is due on Monday. You're gonna do everything in your power, whether you have to work 20 hours on Saturday and Sunday, to get that task done to the best of your ability, because if you don't, there's immediate foreseeable consequences. You're gonna be fired or reprimanded, something that's very, not fun. Something that's not going to be enjoyable for you is going to be in your immediate future if you don't get this done. So you get the job done, right? And you don't have distractions or lose focus like you do for test preparation. Because if you're preparing for the bar exam and your big prep company assigns you a daily task, there's no immediate consequence to not getting that task done, right? You're not gonna lose your job. You're not gonna lose any money. You're not gonna be reprimanded by anyone. You're just maybe gonna feel a little bit bad about yourself, but that's usually not enough of a motivator to get your tasks done. So what you have to do to stay focused and deal with distractions is build an accountability system. And so what this usually requires, and what I've seen to work, is basically step one, you need to come up with a daily goal, a daily task that you have to complete every single day. And usually a really good daily goal would be completing a certain number of practice questions. I would usually say at minimum, probably about 32 practice multiple choice questions and at least one essay a day. So you have this goal. You're gonna complete X amount of practice questions and review those every single day, no matter what. That is your, threshold goal. Doing more than that is great, but that's the bare minimum. And basically what you say is you pick something that you love to do, and everybody has something that they enjoy, whether that's, watching Netflix or playing a video game or playing an instrument or going to the gym, working out. Everybody has something that they really enjoy doing, and only you can know what your thing is, but I promise you, everybody has a thing. So you have to identify that one thing that you can't live without, that you love doing almost every day. And basically what you say is, I am not going to allow myself to do this thing that I love until this goal is completed every day. And that is a way that you can hold yourself accountable. So until I complete 32 practice multiple choice questions and review those and get at least one essay done, I am not going to watch Netflix. I am not going to go on Facebook. I am not going to go to the gym. I'm not gonna play my instrument. I'm not gonna do the thing that I love to do until this task is completed. And you have to stick to that every single day, and you can't cheat, right? And that's all about willpower and staying motivated and respecting yourself, really. But if you have an accountability system like that, it's going to force you to complete tasks similar to how you would for employment. Now, it's not easy. You're never gonna have the motivation that you are at like a job if you work for a big law firm, because you can't force yourself, right, to think that you're going to be fired or there's going to be extreme negative consequences for not getting tasks completed. So it's most likely you're going to have to use rewards, and that's why you have to pick that thing that you love more than anything else, and you can't do that until you complete that task. Another great option, if you do have a partner or a study group, group accountability is another strong motivator. If somebody else can oversee your work and make sure that you're getting it done and hold you accountable like a boss kind of would at a job, that's another great way. But I know not everybody's going to have that. If you do, though, have a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a parent or a grandparent or a brother or a cousin or a friend who is willing to do that and will hold you to it and will, admonish you if you don't get your task done, that could be a great way too. If you could go to somebody like that and say, hey, look, I want to get this done every single day, and if I don't, I want you to rip into me, right? Maybe that would work for you, and maybe though that kind of thing wouldn't work for you. And this is where self-assessment is key. You have to ask yourself, what's really gonna motivate me and how can I stick to this? But the key is daily goal, right? You have to have a daily task. If you don't have a daily task, you're gonna easily find yourself getting distracted and having problems focus because you don't have a daily mission. You have to have that, step one. Step two, you have to build an accountability system to make sure you're completing your daily task every single day. And that, again, is gonna be different for everybody. Everybody's gonna have different motivators. Everybody's gonna need different levels of motivation, But that's something that you have to look in the mirror and think about yourself. That's enough with that, guys. That's how I would recommend somebody handles distractions and stays focused during preparation for the bar exam. With that, I will leave you all to it. I wish you all the absolute best in your preparation for the bar exam, and I'll see you at our next video.